What's up everybody, welcome back. Today I want to talk to you about the 5 biggest mistakes that I find beginners and rookies making in matches. First up, number 1, the biggest mistake I find everybody making is they don't have a plan. And by plan I mean, here's what I want to abuse, I want to try and kind of make work for me throughout the match. So they just come up and try and just play. They don't go, oh, well, this is my best pass, this is my best shot, I'm gonna try and use these and then add in this and then add in this that I'm also really good at to try and build through the match. Having a game plan in a match is really important, and I think people need to really kind of stick with their game plans and keep going with them. A great example I find is sometimes there's people that you've played before and you go, okay, well, I know for a fact I can score this shot on them at will. Well, then you go and play them in a match and you don't do that. You need to stick to your game plan. If it's fast transition game or using what your talents are in the match, those are going to be some of the biggest things of having a game plan. Number 2, going into what I like to call autopilot. I see tons of beginners and rookies not looking, not reading the defense. They go just into autopilot because they're used to practicing at home. So what they'll do is they'll, everybody will say ready, they'll just tic-tac and go like into their normal practice routine. So tic-tac wall, tic-tac lane, or something like that. They'll just do passes and do shots without any real rhyme or reason or read to them. Going into autopilot can be one of the biggest mistakes that I see people make in general, and you want to try and stay away from that. Always be reading, always be looking. Number 3, they don't have a series. And a lot of people think when you hear of a series, they only think of the 5-bar. Having, a pass or multiple passes that kind of come from the same spots and go to different places. And a lot of people, 1, don't even have a series, which I think is very important, or 2, they don't use one while they're playing around the table. They might have one on the 5-bar, but they don't have one on the 3, and they don't have one on the 2-rod. I see a lot of beginners and rookies that are goalies that just set up for a shot or move the ball around a ton and just do shots. Whatever they think is open, or well, I have this shot, or I have that shot, and I shoot both of those all the time. I actually was trying to have a conversation with a local beginner/rookie here in town saying, hey man, you really need to have a series out of goal. And he goes, oh, I have this shot and I have that shot and then I can do this shot. I'm like, you don't understand what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you need to set up and look and shoot from the same spot to different holes so that it looks the same every time and people don't know what you're looking and shooting at. This way, when you set up and you read a defense, they have to then actually play defense and not just move around with you. So having a series on the 2, on the 5, and on the 3 is so important, and being able to do different things from the same spots. Number 4. This is a huge mistake that I see people make all the time, and I even see it sometimes on the pro level. They'll rush a big point. What do I mean by a big point? Or they'll rush a big pass, they'll rush a big shot on a big point. So 3-3, 4-4. And honestly, I think like if you're up 2-1, that's a huge point to go up 3-1. Or from at 3-1 to go up 4-1, or 3-2 to go up 4-2. Boy, those are some really big points. So guys, the point is to not rush shots, especially on big points. Take your time, get a good read, and make sure you're taking the best opportunity you can to win or get an advantage in that game. This last one, I apologize, I'm going to swear. You've been warned. If you're a young child or something, deviate now. But the biggest thing, this is number 5, the biggest thing that I find people doing, especially at the beginner and rookie level, and I like to call it this: if you ain't doing your best shit, you ain't doing your best shit. What do I mean by that? Well, I had a long conversation with a dear friend of mine about this, and in pressure situations, people tend to go, oh, I can get this shot. But it's not your shot. You're doing something because you think it's going to work, not because it's what you're good at. Like, I see a ton of beginners and rookies on big points who have a great shot. They've been shooting all match, a rollover, for example. They've been shooting a snake shot the whole time, scoring at a really high percentage. All of a sudden, it's 4-4, third game, and they set up like a pull shot or a push shot or a back pin. Like, what are you doing? Why aren't you shooting a rollover? Why aren't you sticking with your pass series? Why are you doing these things all of a sudden? You think that this off thing is gonna all of a sudden work? You're like, oh, I hope I get one out of this. No. Do your best stuff. Stick with it. Do not deviate from it. There's no reason to be setting up a back pin 4-4 third game. Like, unless you've been shooting a back pin the entire time and shooting like a huge percentage. Stick with what brought you there. Do your best stuff. Don't try and change the game plan late in the match, going, oh, I think this one will work. Don't do it. Stick with what brought you there. Do your best stuff on big points and go for it, guys. All right, I really hope you all have enjoyed this episode. If you have, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I know it's a little bit shorter. Hope you like the little anecdotes and everything that's going on, but these 5 things, if you're a beginner or a rookie, take these 5 things to heart. They will help you change your game in such a drastic fashion, you'll find yourself beating a lot of really good players. Good luck, everybody out there, and until next time, happy foosing.